but they choose not to. Or did they second pick Oracle or second pick Nature's Prophet? They second pick Nature's Prophet, right? Yeah. So they actually could have gone Nature's Prophet here, but they choose to go Lich instead. Lich was banned in the second phase last time, so they would rather have that decision or that choice here first.
Oh, is it too late to cast the other game? The Lich pick.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we got Nature's Prophet again, but this time on Tuho. So, swapping it up.
Like I said, I do think he'll be one of the most contested. He seems to be slipping back into the meta. Especially for this tournament, I think he will be one of the most contested heroes of the competition.
Oh yeah, TI like really exploded this hero, especially of course Mind Control for Team Liquid playing it. I mean, the way he played it and how it works so well for them, I think is enough to make people be like, all right, yeah, let's play this hero. Plenty. And I know a lot of the FPL games he's been very active too, so. Yeah, not surprised to see him here. Again, though, now this is interesting because normally they've been picking the puck here, but does this mean Mickey is going to play the Nature's Prophet, or will they give it to Koikva? Oh, now will Mickey play his mid role? That is what I am curious about now for Team Tuho here.
Yeah, it is a very versatile lineup. Being able to chop and change, maybe they'll solidify the roles a bit later on, but as far as it's going now, they do, like I said, they can swap and change wherever they really need to be. I think a lot of teams, it's kind of an undervalued skill being able to do that, you know, having a certain character pool instead of a fixed position. I know teams obviously get comfortable in the 1 to 5 roles, but just being able to swap out if you think you're the stronger hero, it's something you don't see too often, and I think it really pays off when it does happen, because you just, not only do you surprise, you know, maybe people know your certain playstyle and they get surprised when you swap it out, but it's just, it shows you have that bit more versatility in being able to do it.
Yeah. Now we're down to a minute of reserve time here for the Radiant side, so putting a lot of thought into this third pick here, but of course he'll end up going Brewmaster. No. Kazu's been playing this hero a lot lately. Him and Chessie actually come to mind as another player that's been playing this hero a lot. So I'm expecting this is going to be an off-lane Brewmaster here. And the way he plays it is he kind of goes a couple of different builds. One is more the blink into the aura build, some things like Vlad's AC and stuff. Or he sometimes goes blinking like a Radiance into an Ags. Much more aggressive, even solo kill potential build. So we'll see what style he goes this time around. But I like Brewmaster. Brewmaster is just a, I think a definitely an underrated hero, and also great in the laning phase too. It's just spamming that Drunken Haze is really annoying for the other carry.
Yeah, I do like him. I think he's great. Just again as a utility hero, and he's one of these heroes that can stand in the front lines once his ultimate's down and, you know, take a bit of punishment. And like you say, I do like to see heroes build into like the blink, Vlad's AC, and then something like a Skull Basher afterwards, you know, just to offer that bit more control and damage once your ultimate has worn off.
Rubik, Tuho's specialty here. Coming out. So they go the Rubik. Again, Insania is known for playing a pretty mean Rubik, but I'm guessing Demon's going to be the one playing it here, as Insania has been playing more of that 4 position for the team here. But Rubik, I guess you could argue, is pretty good against the Brewmaster. He could steal the Primal split pretty easily as he comes back there with the Brewling, so that could be a fun ability for him to take. Hell, even just like Lich Armor wouldn't be bad to have. Hope you fight against them. Lich is really good in the sense, so they picked up Nature's Prophet into a Lich. And I don't think that's a reason not to pick up Nature's Prophet, but the idea of the Ice Armor on buildings makes it extra annoying to try to get those destroyed, obviously. Hell, if they go a Nature's Prophet on top of it, or not Nature's Prophet, a Treant on top of this. Man, Lich Treant, that sounds strong.
Monkey King.
I think you'd literally never be able to break a tower ever again.
Sounds stupid strong. I just think I came up with a new meta. Monkey King. Okay, core
That's
Monkey
it.
King.
When that happens, it's going to be your fault, and we're going to be able to
10
trace it back to this
seconds
VOD,
to go.
and you know, everyone's going to know where it came from
5
when
seconds.
Lich trains the new meta.
There goes my career. It's over. Yeah, that's. I would actually just be curious just to see it in action. I don't. I mean, because you really could run them as the 4 and 5 supports, right? So, just saying. Just saying,
Radiant
teams.
team ban.
Could do that. Juggernaut. Another Garter special here. We saw Quakefoot play it earlier, but this seems like more of the safe lane Juggernaut. But, well, actually, I don't know, because, well,
10 seconds.
they
to
could
go.
safe lane Necro and send the Juggernaut mid again, actually.
5 seconds.
Yeah,
One,
this
two.
could be a mid king, and you put it up against the mid Juggernaut. Juggernaut has a decent amount of time. Melee versus melee, the Monkey King has a bit more range on it, but the Juggernaut does well. I think it's solo melee up against melee, so just looking at to put a bit of pressure on the Monkey King in the early game, I think. If this is position 2 Monkey King.
They saved their position
seconds to
4
go.
for their final pick, too, which I'm a little curious about.
5
Usually it's
seconds.
left for that mid or the safe lane, but instead, more than likely it'll be a position 4 here, because unless they run like a Necro support, that's pretty much guaranteed the case. So they banned Spearbreaker on the Radiant side, which
Dyer's
definitely
pick.
would have been annoying. Veno banned from Tuho. And now here comes that pick.
I wouldn't mind seeing like a position 4 silencer, something that really takes the control away from the side of mid feed, and the silencer with that global silence does it if you can get it
10
off before the Brewmaster
seconds
can
to
get in,
go.
get that primal split off before the Lich can get his chain frost off,
5
before the Monkey
seconds.
King can use his Wukong's control. You know, I do think it's a good hero, whether they run it or not, whether that's in the pool. But I do really like the silencer here.
Yeah, no, I see what you're getting at with that.
Radiant's pick.
Not going to go that direction, though. They instead go more of a single target heavy crowd control. A little bit of a split push as well. With once again running the Shadow Shaman. Demon seems like a comfortable hero for him. So actually, Insania's probably going to end up playing the Rubik here.
10
Now that I mentioned
seconds
that.
to go.
That'll be fun to see again.
5
And now the
seconds.
Radiants. Again, Monkey King could end mid or safe lane, so naturally it's going to be a
Templar
TA.
Time
Okay.
to select
I was
from
going to
all
say,
these
I don't know if we really have the
games.
cancel hero yet, and there you go. There's the cancel hero. Tomato will end up on the Monkey King here. All right. So Mickey's on the Juggernaut, Quakefuzz on the Nature's Prophet, and Garter will be playing the Necrophos. So we got some information there. But that does most likely mean it will be a mid-Juggernaut. With Mickey
Yeah.
playing it here.
It's still not bad against the Templar Assassin, as long as you stay out of the bouncing Glaives path. You know, it's still going to be able to do its job, farm up early, get really strong, sustain with the healing ward as well. So it's not the worst matchup in the world. Cancel, we have seen it, was it yesterday? He was on one of the Templar Assassins, I think, and did a really good job. But it comes down to I think the player versus player matchup, whether the Juggernaut Mecha on the Juggernaut is effective. You know, it's not down to, I don't think anyone out lanes the other one. I do think it's a pretty solid, even matchup. If that's what you want to go for here.
Yeah.
I'd get ready if
Yeah,
I were
no,
you.
I expect it to be the case. He has the poor man shield, and yeah, he is going to be heading towards that middle lane. So we'll see how it plays out for them. Obviously, Rome is always going to be an issue from the supporting cast, but seems like you definitely have to lean a little bit more towards the Dire side for that potential. Sure, Impale's nice from Nyx, but Lich, he's not really good for that. He's more so good for just keeping that lane control with this great ability called Sacrifice. Everyone's favorite.
That ability that everybody loves. You know, nobody wants it to be changed or replaced or Lich just taken out of the game because of it.
No, this is the most well-constructed hero ever created in the game of Dota. Which I do find a little funny that we've been seeing the reaction recently that we have on the hero. Maybe because we're seeing him for whatever reason again. You know, some buffs that he's had. But he's had this skills. This goes back to like Dota 1. I guess the one, to be fair, I don't think he's always been able to use ice armor on buildings, right? Like that is more of a recent change, I believe. But outside of that, he's pretty much had this skill set.
Yeah, it's more the idea that you get experience from the denies now. So that was only a very recent change in terms of Lich's ability that he never got any experience off the deny for the creeps, and now that comes in. Look at him, he denies one creep, and he's got, what's that, a quarter of a level near enough?
Yeah.
So that does, it starts to propel him forward. It is a 60-second cooldown at level 1, but it does, you know, the extra XP, it just means that he starts to get up there a lot quicker.
It's going to help this top lane, actually. So, yeah, choosing to do it for the top lane, by the way. For Kazuo here on this Brewmaster. He sees some great blocking going on either side, but we pretty much end up where it would have anyways if no one was to block it. But obviously the lesser creep on the Radiant sides, I mean, ideally it should be pushed up in their favor. Rasta, he'll harass a little bit from the side, but Garter only can do so much. We'll deny that creep at least, but here we go. Pushing up and more experience to soak up for the Brewmaster. So, yeah, that's a lane, I mean, they're definitely not touching when it comes to hero kill by any means. A Lich Brewmaster, there's no chance, basically, but I don't know. Do you rotate here for Tuho at all? Like, does that make sense, or do you just say this is going to be an annoying lane? We just kind of have to deal with it.
Yeah, I think you kind of have to keep the demon on the babysitting role there, because we saw at Garter last match that as soon as he got abandoned, he started to fall behind, and that was only against the Nature's Prophet. Kazu can rotate up, or just walk up and start getting the right clicks out on Garter. Sax as well once the Ice Blast starts to come out. So I think we're going to see Tuho start to really protect Garter on this lane a bit more, especially with them having the Nature's Prophet on their side now as well. The TP's rotations can come in. If there are gank potentials, you know, you're not leaving it up to your supports. The Nature's Prophet will be available to come in and help find those kills.
Oh, Rubik getting boxed out by We here on the next assassin. We as a support going for that poor man's shield and kind of allowing him to just sit in the face of the Rubik. Rubik's going to lift on Monkey King, but I don't really know what that did more so than help him perhaps. As puts him out there for just a boundless strike. So yeah, again, kind of not the most fun to be in this lane as far as the Rubik goes. Feels like he's always kind of susceptible to death because a little bit too far up. But they will get a nice lane push and be able to soak up some experience here on the Dire side at least. How's the middle breaking down? We got an 8-7 TA versus a 3-2 Juggernaut. So
Denied.
wow, that is pretty one-sided if I've ever seen that. All right, Juggernaut spins down for a couple of creep kills there, but got TA with 9 denies to the 2 of Juggernaut. So he is having a difficult time keeping up in the last hit department.
Yeah, he is going to be able to harass down, even with the refraction charges on top. The spin's going to cancel those down pretty darn quick.
Bottom?
No,
he's fine.
Tomato just getting harassed back.
For the dead.
Let's pop the salve, though. And go right back up. So we see Koikva getting the Orb of Venom. I noticed last game, Kazu went the Blightstone himself for his harassment purposes over the Orb of Venom. I wonder, you know, is that maybe a matchup thing or more so just a preference, a player preference, as far as what you like to have?
I think it's just a preference. I think the Blightstone, it makes it easier to right-click people down, but the chase coming up from the Orb of Venom, you know, with the extra control coming up from the Rubik as well. Speaking of Rubik, rotating into the mid lane. Yeah, so I think it's purely a thing of preference.
Oh my god, Mickey's dying to this. Oh boy. Yeah, he's dead. Saksa comes in with actually the Frost Blast to finish off the dot. Of all heroes, Lich gets the first blood. Go figure. Go freaking figure. Yeah, that was interesting because he was running at the TA as they're going in, but TA was just dealing so much damage to the face of Juggernaut that by the time he got away, just an easy Frost Blast level 1 finishes the job. Pretty awkward circumstance there.
Yeah, that's something that you can never underestimate. Is people because they see the barrier, they have that in the mind that the refraction's absorbing my damage, but some people forget it's an extra 11-3, it's 60 extra damage on right clicks. So even Mickey sitting at 720 health, 3 of those right clicks, it's gonna be an extra nearly 200 health. 150 with armor, maybe, but it's still a lot of damage.
Showing off right there. So Cancel not only dominating in the creep farm, has that assist at least to work off of here. He has his own Blightstone. They bring him Aquila. You see Soxa trying to bait out with an illusion. Don't really know what he can bait out necessarily, other than kind of keep Juggernaut guessing what's going on. But the real one's heading towards the top lane, so maybe that's the plan, to have Necro or somebody else feel a little too comfortable. This is, oh yeah, Rasa just got scanned out, by the way. He's hiding up here, and they see him. He's going to put it down a sentry to block the Ancient stacking going on, so there's a little plus. Soxa.
And that's pretty cheeky, because as a Templar Assassin, you want those Ancients. You can farm them up pretty quickly, and I think they're going to find out with this stack not being able to stack up this time. But yeah, you do want to slow the Templar Assassin Ancient farm down as quick as as much as possible.
Yeah. Bottom lane, Nature's Prophet. He's 13-3. Monkey King 28-6 though. So Tomato having a fantastic time down here. Only level 1 of that Jingu Mastery. Same with balance. I'm actually a little bit. I'm not by no means a Monkey King expert, but as a core farming Monkey King, it seems a little odd to me that he's maxing out Tree Dance first. At this point, but I mean, I guess the damage that goes up is pretty nice to help with farm, even you can argue. But Tomato, he should be fine here. Oh, maybe not actually, because of rotation. But Shadow Shaman, something canceled it right away. Honestly, not sure what. Might have been himself, to be honest. But they get the kill.
Yeah, just the point with the Jingu Mastery over the Tree Dance. Early game, it takes so long to get the Jingu Mastery up. Obviously, because you've got to get the 3 right clicks in anyway. The extra bonus damage just from the jump.
Oh, you see
like
right
that.
there. Going to use it right there. But unfortunately, not enough follow-up, though. They lose Lich in the process, too. So a nice couple of kills for Tuho. Down here. Yeah, I mean, it is good. That, but I guess, if anything, maybe the Boundless Strike over it, because of how much damage goes up from there. And I guess the stun. It is minimal stun, though. I don't know. Yeah, maybe it does make sense. Okay.
I mean, there's never a wrong way to build a hero. It just depends on the circumstances. I think being able to throw out, it's 280 damage now with the spring, and 60% slow. Early game, I think it does make sense, but then I have seen heroes, people go for the 4 points, the Jingu Mastery, and 1 point in Tree Dance and 1 point in Boundless Strike. It all depends on how you're going to be playing it, what the team around is like, because you don't really have that much stuns to keep them in place for the Jingu Mastery to stack up early game. You do look for that instant bonus damage coming out from the Tree Dance and the Primal Spring.
Great rotation there in the middle lane. This time it works as they take out Cancel. Obviously, assistance from Rasta helps with that. He has a smoke, by the way, again. Or, wait, never mind. I clicked on somebody else. But they're going to pop the Shrine together and head back to their appropriate areas. That was Lich that has a smoke on him. He's soaking up with some experience here in the middle lane. Meanwhile, waiting for TA to come back. Co-caster is Robin Roll, by the way. I see people asking that in my chat here. Yeah, my bot, unfortunately, is dead currently. I don't know what's going on with it. Oh, that was a miss. Demon. He's like, yep, you don't got a stun anymore. I'm just going to TP. No, I'm not. Fakes. The Jukes. Shackles up Nyx. This is interesting because now Demon's dead. And they're not going to get a turn kill. Are they? Reaper Scythe? Maybe not. Maybe. Maybe? I don't know. Okay, there's an Impale. Oh, this is so awkward for the dire side right here. Necro's going to go down as well. And Cinna's like, I got to get this kill, man. Fade Bolt! Fade Bolt! No, he couldn't do it. He dies too. And they lose Juggernaut during all of that in the middle lane. Oh, that just got bad.
Yeah, it stings. It's one of those, I can't do it, I can't do it, no, I can. And obviously, you don't expect the TP coming in for the Monkey King. You think, well, he's got the free lane. You maybe try and, get as much farm as possible, but the rotation coming in from Tomato was really well done. 4 points into the Boundless, sorry, into Primal Spring now as well.
Yeah.
It just offers a lot of damage control, the slow, 80% slow, on top of the clap as well. It's really good. And the way they're stacking these up as well, it's really great for finding kills.
Yeah, that's one of those, you can't really blame, no, it's hideous. That's like a 4-shot right there from TA. I was going to say, you can't really blame Demon, though, in that because that was definitely a team call. Like, he wanted to get out of there, but it could, with the rotation coming over, they were saying, no, let's fight this, let's fight this. And then, obviously, more rotations happened, more so on the Radiant side, that kind of caught them off guard. And then by the time they wanted to then retreat, it just was way too late. And it worked out beautifully for the Radiant side. So most certainly credit to them for those rotations. By the way, a good point is being brought up in chat. That's worth suggesting about the Orb of Venom pickup. The idea that you're matched up against a Monkey King could potentially be the reason, because the damage constantly ticking will prevent him from Primal Springing more effectively, or more so jumping on the tree with the tree dance.
Yeah, that's actually a really good point. If the chase comes out, yeah, it's one of those less escapes that he's going to have. So yeah, that's actually a really good point.
So perhaps that's what Qualifier had in mind all along, but Monkey King right now, he is doing very well at this bottom lane. 3,600 net worth. Monkey Kings can build different styles. I feel like I've seen a plethora from the core Monkey Kings. To me, Echo Saber stands out. Do you think we're gonna see that, or do you have another one in mind?
Yeah, like you said, you can go for a lot of builds. I like to see the Echo Saber, just because of the initial attacks. Obviously, the bonus attack really strong. But I think from there, they can branch out to whatever they want. I've seen, actually, a couple Orchids being built on them. I've seen Skull Bashers, which is usually the standard build. Desolators as well, which you won't really go for because you have the Templar Assassin already going towards that Desolator. But yeah, I think Monkey King, as we see Cancel go down, is one of the most versatile heroes in the game. And I really do, even with the nerfs coming out, I really do appreciate what players can do on the Monkey King.
That Chain Frost, as well as the Purlings now coming in, they slam him down, they stun him up, and Juggernaut will fall too. So a 2-for-1 exchange here in the middle lane, working out in favor of the Radiant side. Keizu, he comes back together, full Brewmaster. Gonna throw out the Thunderclap. He does have 10 starters on the stick, that is. He needs to use it, and he does to save himself from the Reaper Scythe kill. And he and the rest of them will all walk away alive right here. So good job on their part. Cancel. He ports to the top lane, actually, as that fight, and as he resurrected from that death earlier in that fight. And he's going to continue pushing out that top lane now. But again, more momentum for the Radiant side. But we are starting to see the level 6s now happening. And, of course, having some action because of that there in the middle lane. Yeah, Chain Frost is that buff that they made to it, because I think it only used to be like 30% movement slow, and then they made it like 50%. Now it's 65%. It's insanely slow. You can see Koifa right there. He would just he wanted to like run away from them, but he had to keep running forward because of the balance, and so it was just so difficult to get away though. A massive slow coming out there.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people focus on the mini stun being taken away from it, but like you say, it's such a great spell anyway. I think the mini stun was just it tipped it over the edge. So being able to throw that out even at level 3 every 60 seconds, getting the Aghanim Scepter upgrade on it as well, I think it's still a really solid spell. And I think that there was a bit of an overreaction when people say, "No, Lich is gonna be the worst hero ever." Now,
just a little. Lich, though, he is dead there. He gets found by 4 heroes collapsing together, and the longest range shackles I've ever seen. He got lifted away and killed on up, so nice find there. They're going to push out the bottom lane more. Oh, yeah, that's right. The tower is already dead from earlier, so they're going to maybe putting some pressure on the tier 2 tower. Garter, he's got double brace, so he's going to be going the Rod of Atos here. The pattern's actually just about finished even for him at this point, so he'll have that coming along. He's going to get that oof on a Monkey King, but out come the Rasta wards. Here comes a push, but here comes Weehaw on the next assassin. Lich here as well, throws out that Chain Frost. The Reaper Scythe cuts down Tomato. Not enough for the kill, though. He's going to stay alive for the time being. He's trying to use that mischief right there. I don't know if that's actually doing anything. But you know what? He stays alive. The Chain Frost bouncing around, gets a kill on both Necro as well as Arasta. Wee's going to be found here in the trees. And the spin from Mickey will help kill him as Insanio lifted him up. Can they find Sox as well? Omni Slash? Ooh, chose not to go for it. Lich ports out, but they'll get the tier 2, so, you know, big picture, that actually wasn't too bad for the dire side.
Yeah, they're trying to take down whatever they can at the moment. The Templar Assassin's not been in the fight. The Mischief, I think, and I'm not 100%, don't quote me on this. So obviously this will be, you know, top page of Reddit gets this wrong, but I think it loses the creep aggro once you shift into that as well. And with how close to death he was, just shifting that and then instantly shifting away. It's not going to save him this time, it doesn't look like, but it definitely saved him behind that tier 2 tower as he got himself away.
I feel like there was a purpose, so, and something like as simple as that kind of makes sense then as you're getting at. But yeah, I don't think he just was randomly panicking, pressing buttons in that case. I feel like there was definitely a purpose there. So, okay, yeah, I mean, that does make sense if that was the case. Top lane, by the way, Brewmaster. He does have his primal split. Not necessary so far though, as Rasta gets picked off. He got Rubik trying to hug the tower, as they'll lose Nature's Prophet off to the side. Rubik, he stole the tree dance. It's always funny seeing a Rubik jump around the trees. But he's going to get away. Juggernaut lifted up by the Primal Spit Brewling of the Air Spirit right there. And Mickey, no chance to survive through that. He's dead for 40+ seconds now, as they're also going to get the top tier 1 tower, excuse me, picked up. Yeah, Brew with the Blink Dagger. It seems like KZ is starting to become a little more online. He's 2-0-5 already in this game. And now middle lane, Garter. He's probably dead too. Oh boy. 14-7. 4,000 net worth lead here for the Radiant team. The biggest so far. And we have 1,600 gold saved up too. He's almost got that early blink like he had last game as well. Finished here. In fact, Templar Assassin's also going to have hers with the Desolator, of course, picked up too. And that's a tier 2 dead top lane. And just a couple more seconds. Sania, oh boy. Don't know if that's the move. Although, maybe this is the move. Yeah, more TPs. Jesus Christ, this is everyone. And you know what? It's going to be a kill. There you go. And they deny the tower. So nice job.
Yeah, it was a great rotation. We just hung around a bit too long to try and find that kill once the fortification came out. But I think even if they'd have left it, just putting up to a deny, 100 gold each at this point in the game when you've got so much of an advantage, isn't really the biggest thing in the world. You know, you can let that 100 gold go. It'd be nice for the Lich, it'd be nice for the next assassin as well, but it's not the biggest priority in the world. Tomato is getting free farm on the bottom lane though. It looks like he is going for the Echo Saber into a Diffusal Blade, into a Shadow Blade. So he's got his, he's got his future planned out. He knows what he's doing.
All right, he's definitely got his plans. Another Reaper Scythe that's not going to get the kill. I don't know if he's gotten one yet, to be honest. The Omni Slash will secure it, but at what cost for Mickey? And Sanio lifts him up. In comes the Balance Strike and the Primal Spring, as well as Brewmaster with that Thunderclap. And there's no chance once again for Garter, or Mickey, excuse me, to get that one on the Juggernaut. Garter himself on Necro. He's going to be massively slowed once again. We were talking about that earlier of the Chain Frost. So we only got hit by it once, but that in turn is going to get them killed, as Nature's Prophet will TP out before he gets caught there. But it just feels like Tuho can't get any kind of momentum going whatsoever. I mean, Nature's Prophet is working on finishing an Orchid, which will be nice, so Koikfa can start playing that rat game more effectively. But this is now going to be a Roshan kill, and TA, she's really hitting a spike here with the Blink Deso and now Aegis on top of that.
Yeah, and I do like the Rotovators pick up on the Necroboss, especially against a team that's going to be getting 2-3 Blink Daggers. You know, you've got that control, you've got that extra escape, but just because they do have those 2 or 3 Blink Daggers, it means they can chase and find these pickups even when they're losing vision on targets. Like you say, the Templar Assassin just getting so big at the moment. Desolator, just the Blink Dagger as well. Just with those refraction charges, you've got the Meld as well, which is an extra, what's that, 8 armor reduction?
Yeah.
For 10 seconds. The traps to chase down as well. Nobody's getting close to BKBs. So it's just going to be really effective as Templar Assassin being this kind of hunter-killer role, and that's basically what she's brought in for. In the early game, she can just chase down pretty much anyone and find the kills. The Monkey King as well, being able to control with the Wukong's command block. If you get it off right, you can really separate 2 or 3 heroes away from the rest of the team, and just use them as target pickoffs. So I do really like the way that this is being played by Middle Feed, and I just think the effectively. I'm not saying this is over by any means. It's only a 5k lead, but I think the way they're playing the early game, the mid game now, it's been really, really effective. They've kept the balance there when they could have fallen behind in a couple of lanes, and they know what they're doing. They've got this team cohesion down. They've got the Brewmaster, which is really tanky. Like I say, the Monkey King that's playing his roles right, the Templar Assassin playing the roles right, and even the Lich just standing behind and wait for either the push to come in or the chase away to throw out the Frost Arm, the Chain Frost, sorry. And they do seem to really have this great team cohesion down.
Oh, Demon. Good job breaking the smoke right there and then TPing out immediately, so well played on his part. Yeah, that's actually something I've noticed too on this very few games that we were watching of them, a little bit yesterday and now today here in this series especially. Middle Feet is definitely looking like a pretty solid team, actually. Part of me is not surprised because of, again, the makeup of players, all very good players. But usually when a team comes together like this with some big name players, it's going to take a little bit of time to feel it, work out. Frankly, I feel like Tuho still is in that phase of, working together as a team and, that shining. But I have been a little bit more impressed by Middle Feet so far, specifically in this series when it comes down to that coordination. But Tuho trying to get coordinated here and push this top lane. Now here jumps Keizu. Can't get his Primal split off initially. He's going to be stunned up. In comes the Reaper side that is going to be killed with it. It's a beautiful job by the Dire side. Cancel though. He cleans up Rubik in the backlands, but now he's going to be locked up by the trees. The ward's somewhat blocking him as well. Remember, he has the Aegis even if he dies. They pick up Rasta. The Wukong's command is put down from Tomato. Mickey realizing he has to get out. We're going to see the resurrection though from Cancel. The trap slowing down slightly on a Koikva. Beautiful tree block, but Tomato eats right on through it. He's going for the TP. Do they have a stopper? They do not. Great decision on his part to actually TP out and survive. So they lose 2-1 in a fight, but I actually think that. Oh no, it was 2-2 because yeah, the TA Aegis was used. So definitely a victory for the Dire side. I was if anything going to say for the kill on a Brewmaster, and they got the tower to be fair. So
yeah,
nice fight there.
Standard. I spend 30 seconds praising a team, and then they go and slightly flub it. But again, they found the Rubik, they found the Shadow Shaman, so they did find exit kills, which is what you want to be doing. You want to be trading as evenly as possible, even if it's not an even fight to start with, because the Templar Assassin, I think as well as was it the Lich, was on the bottom lane when that fight kicked off. The Lich TP back. I think it was a Lich. I'm like 60-70% sure it was a Lich.
Okay.
But I know the Templar Assassin was definitely on the bottom lane, so it was a bit of a mismatch going into that fight, but they still tried to, like I say, they weren't discouraged. They went for these exit kills. They found the Rubik. They found the Shadow Shaman. They nearly got the Nature's Prophet as well. They did deny the tower, which is great. So this is the sign of a team that does have the stuff to get in when they take a bad fight, or even when a bad fight's thrust upon them, they still take their opportunities and find whatever they can out of it.
Yeah, no, this is, again, this is game 2 of this series, guys. I know this keeps being brought up. Unfortunately, on the ticket, it's not showing a best of 3 there, but it is a 1-0 lead for what's the Radiant team here. This is Middle Fetus they're going by again. Saksa, Keizu, Cancel, Weeha, and Tomato versus Tuho, which is Insania, Koikva, Demon, Garter, and Mickey as their 5-man roster. So 1-0 lead for the Radiant team. Weeha's going to find Mickey right here. Does he get assistance nearby? I don't know if they're going to get here in time, unfortunately. Seems like Mickey going to keep his distance. And we'll heal on up with the Shrine. So, going to be fine here. Koikva. That's not Koikva. That's I expected it to be Koikva down here, but that's just the Rubik split pushing. He's got his Blink. Currently doesn't have anything taken over from his ultimate, but he'll push out the lane and probably fall back here, so not afraid to be doing so on his own as Koikva's over here finds Nyx, but trees him up, and Nyx just actually TPs out, so kind of an awkward exchange there. But Shadow Blade almost finished on Nature's Prophet, and once he gets that Shadow Blade, that's when you can expect to see NP a little more comfortable to perhaps that split push more effectively. But Mickey top lane, uh-oh. They're going to jump in. Chain Frost, okay, now we got the spin-off first. It doesn't matter, man. It just doesn't matter.
Yeah, there was enough right click and damage for to deal with the Juggernaut before he could get himself away.
And now they find more. Sania's going to be found. In fact, Cancel gets a kill elsewhere at the bottom lane. It looks like Tomato gets that kill on a Rubik. So they're just getting picked off one by one now. And it could get worse. The Primal Split, of course, still active for Brewmaster. Gardner popping the Shrine Heal, but he was almost kind of full anyway. He's almost expected the fight to take place earlier. And he's going to drop inside of that wound costume. Now, Koikwa gets caught here from the Drunken Haze. He's going to go for the teleport out. They do not have a stopper, and he'll barely live because of that. But that almost ended up being 5 heroes dead, one after the other. Even 4, though, that's still plenty of damage.
Yeah, and once again, Cancel's just doing TA things on the bottom lane. Wasn't even in that fight. He's got the tier 3 tower down to pretty much 2/3 of its health. He's not stopping anywhere yet. The Necrophos, you know the buyback's not available yet because he's obviously not bought back for this. So they're just going to carry on going and force as much as possible out. And this is what I like to see. Even when it's only a 1 hero advantage, you just try and get whatever you can out of it. And they can even try and turn this fight around, just get another pick-up out of it if, well, Cancel blinks himself in there and gets the kill onto the Shadow Shaman as well.
That'll do it. Omni Slash, though, on him. The BKB wearing off. There's the Reaper's Sign, so he's there for 90 seconds. He has some buybacks, but that's going to be a long duration here. I almost want to say, okay, if his team wanted to hang around, he could buy back TP in, and it would be worth it perhaps, but no, they're not going to go for that play. Nyx dies, and the rest are teleporting away. They don't want to give up more, but Tomato actually may get caught here now, too, so this could get a little bit worse here for the Radiant team. Insania, he's trying to get in range, doesn't have mana for anything left, though. And Tomato's going to be able to jump onto the tree and should be able to teleport out fine. So a couple of casualties there. Cancel being the big one. Yeah, Cancel diving in to finish off Demon there. Hindsight, probably not the most effective decision there. But he's feeling it. I mean, he's definitely now 45 more seconds. Again, that was a plus 20-second addition with the Reaper Scythe kill. Being level 2 now. And you got Mickey, a Diffusal Blade just about finished for him, so his damage is going to start amping up quite a bit. Necrophos. I'm curious now. I was going to say, I wonder if Necrophos may end up going something like the Radiance here, even. But perhaps that would have been earlier on, and they actually have enough right-click damage, especially between NP and Juggernaut, so probably wouldn't be necessary. And Insania, oh, he got jumped over to the side. He ends up dying right here. Wukong's command gets put down. The Brewlings are up. Quakefuzz's going to end up dying as Lich will finish him off with his own auto attacks there off to the side. And now they're also going to take on Necrophos. Ghost Shroud ain't saving him at that point. Good old Diffusal Blade.
That's just masochist.
To purge it off. So he's going to die again. Yeah, what does Necrophos get next? Oh, well, I guess we have our answer. BKB.
Yeah, BKB. And speaking of the Radiance, it wouldn't have been that bad. It would have been good up against Cancel, obviously reducing these refraction charges.
I'll take that as
but again, he just needs the survivability, being able to deal with the next assassin, the Lich as well, even the Brewmaster to a point. Because when that split comes out, we saw it in the fight near the Shrine that he was just being controlled with the Tornado as well as the Rock Toss, and it was a bit chaotic for the Necrophos. So he just wants to block those out and keep himself going as long as possible, and reduce the control that Mid-Feed have over him.
Juggernaut now is a blink queued up, so again the Diffusal finished with that Mantis Styles we're talking about. Rubik already has had his for a bit. Rasta probably not getting his for a long time, if ever. He's essentially being that ward bitch here and take care of that true support, Nature's Prophet. Again, the Shadow Blade pickup, mentioning earlier, that's kind of a key item for him to feel a little more comfortable split pushing, but kind of not really, because you are dealing with a Nyx on the other side who can obviously scout you out pretty effectively. And hell, you even have Monkey King tree dancing around. You're always having to be scared about that. So this definitely is a somewhat difficult Nature's Prophet game to feel comfortable in as far as the whole split push idea goes. right here. So, and then yeah, you even have TA traps hidden all over the place to top it off.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see whether he goes for the Desolator. Just taking a look at the items, it doesn't look like anyone on the side of the die has one at the moment. And it's just this a little bit more fighty build coming up from the Nature's Prophet. You can rotate around, look at the kills. Like so.
Yep.
Even the Reaper Scythe being committed to try and take that down. And yeah, so it is a bit more fighty, like I say. It offers a bit more damage, a lot more control in the fight, especially with this Orchid. If you can get that out onto someone like the Monkey King before he can throw out the Wukong's command or the Boundless Strike, you effectively take out 2/3, maybe 3/4 of his available damage.
The Radiant team rotates into the Roshan pit during that, but actually, you know what? They realize they're going to defend. Keizu comes out with a Primal Split immediately. Roshan still goes down to cancel, and Keizu himself essentially is holding them off. You got the armor being applied from Lich as well, of course, helping. Rock throw into Demon, but he's just going to sit on the uphill for now. Rod of Atos. Root on a TA, not going to commit that far though. Lift in the air on a Necro, that's a long lift, but Keizu going back together. Look at that steal though from Insania. Good job on the timing. So that's what I was mentioning earlier. It's a very easy ability for him to steal, as long as he can be in position as he comes back together with that Earth Brewling. So now Insania has his own Primal Split. We'll see how he's able to use that here. The fight is to break out, but you're going against a Lich. Good luck pushing those towers. If you're the Dire side. Yeah, they don't have the greatest CG. I mean, Nature's Prophet, sure, but I think it kind of goes back to that Desolator you're mentioning. Yeah, they really need that, it feels like. They want to be able to. Maybe that's what Quick was getting here.
I think as well that they need to play this off slow. Again, the Templar Assassin, great mid to late game hero, but in the late to ultra late game, she does start to drop off, starts to not be as effective as you pick up the items like BKB for the Necrophos. You can sit there with the BKB popped in the Ghost Shroud as well, and you can't really do any damage to him. The Juggernaut with the survivability, he may look for something like he's looking for the Skull Basher now. So the added survivability there, if he goes into the Abyssal Blaze with the Vanguard being there as well. Usually see them go into the Skadi a lot later on as well. So the right click does start to drop off from the Templar Assassin, and it is up to the rest of the team, like the Monkey King, to try and make that up as it goes on. But even the Monkey King, it does seem like the Brewmaster, Monkey King, Templar Assassin, they are great mid to late game heroes. But if you don't have that at least one lane of racks by the 40-50 minute mark, you do start to be put on the back foot. I'm not saying that, by 50 minutes, if they haven't won the game, they are going to lose the game. You know, but there is that risk of starting to fall off once you do start to hit that. As soon as the Juggernaut does come online, again, the split push potential, the amount of time you're dead, if that happens with the Nature's Prophet being able to push as well. So it is something they probably are aware of, that they have in the back of their minds, that they do need to finish the game within the next 20 minutes or so.
Well, they're going to lift up TA, try to help their cause right here. Keizu went for the Primal Split. He purges it off with the Lotus Orb because silenced up, that is. Insania for sure is going to die here, though. He's trying to sit there with the meld. That ain't going to work, though. So he goes down. The Primal Split of Brewmaster. They want to take advantage of this. As they push in here, Mickey is going to be stunned up by the Earthworm, but that Earth also does plenty of CG damage. And he's going to eventually come back together, though, as Keizu, and he'll fall back with the team. It didn't seem like that they were the most comfortable. In fact, that's probably why Demon at the bottom lane, once again, doing the whole split push with the Nature's Prophet, I'm sure, being down there, and they do a little bit more damage to the Tier 3 tower. So one more of those cycles, and they'll be able to take that out and then start to go for shrines. But that's exactly what the Radiant team's doing currently as they finish up those shrines. But there we go, Nature's Prophet goes in, and it gets the tower kill, giving them a taste of their own medicine from the previous game that they were doing themselves.
Excellent.
With Keizu playing it, of course. So smart plays there. By the way, look at this decision from Wee. So last game he also played the Nyx. He ended up going the Yags even. He's going to dig on this time around instead. Why do you think he likes the Dagon here?
It's just great burst damage, potentially up against the Necrophos once the BKB's run off as well. If you can get him to the point where you can bait out that Ghost Shroud, even if you can't right-click him down, you know, stacking the damage on the the extra, what is it, 400, 500, 600, 700, 800, you know, as it goes up. That's going to be great up against the Ghost Shroud when the rest of the team can't right-click him down. I'm not saying it is just for the Necrophos, but just looking solely at the Necrophos, it is an amazing item to deal with the Ghost Shroud.
Oh, yeah.
And you combo that with the Mana Burn. There's not a lot the Necrophos is going to be able to do to stand up to that. 2.1k health, yeah, okay. It's going to take him down to about half his health by the time the Ghost Shroud does wear off. And if you can get something like a silence in there as well, like an Orchid, maybe even the full Bloodthorn to silence him once that Ghost Shroud comes up to stop the heals, it's really going to take the Necrophos out of play.
Yeah, so we'll see. We making use of that, and you saw him right there as it was mentioned that he tried to jump Mickey on the Juggernaut, but Juggernaut actually did a pretty good job of blinking away right as an opening was going to happen. It's like he almost just knew it was coming, so very good instincts on his part. Blinks away to survive. Desolator is finished on Nature's Prophet. So now their CGing gets a little stronger, as we were kind of going at. Qualifier picking that up. He's going to port to the top lane and push out the lane up here for now. What are our levels looking like? Man, Cancel's level 23. He is highest in the game. Monkey and Juggernaut both 21, but Cancel getting close to that level 25 already. And I think we usually see more of the +3 refraction instances coming out more than anything, but obviously either way will be good. Yeah, I also wanted to mention the Lotus Orb pickup on Brewmaster, and he's had it for a while now, but Lotus Orb is really good this game. There's a lot that you can purge effectively, as well as even a Reflect potentially against this dire side. So, and Weehaw is going to end up dying, by the way, gets caught over here, but there goes the Primal Split from Brewmaster. Monkey nearby, too. They finish off Insania. Qualifier is going to be able to, nope, the Boundless Strike hit as he was in teleportation animation. And Brewmaster finds Demon as well. Triple kill for Tomato. After, we're not even done just yet. They're coming in to fight this, actually. You know what? That was a good decision. They get the Monkey King killed. And that is a insane streak stopper. 9-kill streak stopper for Carter. 1,284 gold. And he's going to be able to TP out before he dies. Bottom lane, you look at Cancel. He's pushing in. They do not have detection for him currently. He finishes off the melee racks. But now he's taking on these two cores. There is no Reaper Scythe, nor is there an Omni Slash. He's going to spin on top of him. And they're throwing out, like they know he's here. Obviously, out comes the dust with the courier. Pops actually says, I got to get out of here. He goes for the blink, but Mickey will chase. Couple of auto attacks that are getting, maybe get the defusal off with the BKB wearing off here. Cancel's going to juke. He hides once again. Oh, he would have let smart. No, the heal will finish the job. Oh, jeez. That pursuit right there. But Cancel gets picked off. And Tomato's staying dead for another full 60 seconds even at this point. Well, a little more room opened up, I guess.
Yeah, like I say, you create space for the rest of your team just to find that little bit of extra farm, but you also, and the big thing here, that bottom lane of yours is being pressured, so now you take a melee Rax. That relieves so much pressure, even if the Nature's Prophet pushes in. The melee creeps, the super melee creeps, are going to be able to take down these Nature's Prophet treants so much quicker. The Shadow Shamans was as well, so it just, like I say, it leaves a lot of pressure, and trading a kill for that, especially when you have buyback and it's taken them so long down to get down to your mid tower now, it's not the worst thing in the world.
All middle tower, here we go, the roster wards are down. Bottom lane, melee racks being beat on by Nature's Prophet. So they're doing some heavy split push here. You see Brewmaster splitting up with the Brewlings. Open from Nyx Assassin on to NP. Rod of Atos will slow him down as well, and he gets hit by the Chain Frost, which is bouncing around, dealing plenty. They do pick off Lich in response, and now the Chain Frost bouncing over to those creeps, helping absorb plenty of the damage. Although they're all going to be picked off by Wee right there. Down goes the melee racks, though. Keizu comes back together. Wukong's man on multiple heroes here. Nice 4 staffs out, though. Garter with the Ghost Shroud, getting his distance. He does have a Heaven's Halberd, by the way, but he can't use it right now because of the BKB. He throws out the Reaper Side to stun him up, but he's going to be full life still. Garter going back in, however. They want this kill. The Shackles out. Mickey going for the auto attacks. He can't really hit him, though. I don't know about staying in here. And yeah, now Mickey's in trouble. They pick off Demon. And there's no chance for Mickey to get out. That's a double kill for Tia as he comes up. Tuho just stuck around a little bit too long right there. I mean, they got the melee racks, but they give up their lives.
They could have just let the treants do damage to the range racks, you know, take whatever you can take out of it. But it was great from the TA, just as a matter of holding himself not instantly buying back when he sees these 4 heroes pushing down into the mid lane. It was great discipline from him. So he's still got his buyback available. They pick up 4 kills. They can really now start to pressure, as it looks like the Nature's Prophet is going to be in a bit of trouble with that Dagon coming in now. Weeha trying to get it. The silence comes out though, and it looks like Clipka might even find the kill. One more right click. I don't even know what went on there.
Well, he'll die in the end. Because in comes the ledge. And his chain frosts his face right there. Gaze is going to meanwhile jump in the middle lane. Splits up with the Primal, or with the, Primal split, I guess. Most of the Brewling's coming out. And Rubik staying alive off to the side. He stole that meld, and he's going to hide in it, try to get them distracted. Necrophos locked down. Ghost out pop, though, running away. Melee Rax is still alive. Bottom lane, obviously the Melee Rax destroyed from earlier. And now the Brewling's going to be coming back together. Yeah, Keizu is back in full now. Juggernaut's there for another 8 seconds. Nature's Prophet does have a buyback if the Radiant side decides to stick into the push here. Not going to be the case, though. And now it's the Radiant's turn for them to fall back. That is. Brewmaster does have his Radiance, by the way. Noticing that there. That he ends up going after the Lotus Orb even. Well, getting that Radiance burn, but Roshan, well, cancels attempting it. He wants that Aegis once again. And they will commit for it. Him and Monkey King, and they do kill it pretty quickly. And yeah, it's going to be a free Roshan kill. They're nowhere nearby this time.
Roshan has fallen to the Radiant.
So there you go.
Yeah,
Monkey King getting the cheese. Yep.
Seeing Tomato, I'm surprised, and I've only just thought of it as well, that the Monkey King didn't go for something like a Solar Crest. Just in the early game, just like I say, a little bit of extra damage for the minus armor. Roshan pulls a little bit faster. It's not really needed that much now. He's going to go straight for the AC. But yeah, it's just one of those things that I only thought of then when I saw the AC being built, that you do usually see the Monkey Kings going for that Solar Crest, or the medallion at least, to make the right clicking and killing easier. But, you know, seems to have passed it up, gone straight for the BKB, which Desolator are there as well.
Mickey gets a spin off at least to survive for now, but look at more of this pressure being put onto the buildings here. Tomato in the front lines has the BKB. The cheese again cancel, of course, with the Aegis and his own BKB. They want to fight this though. They have to pretty much. Monkey King is going to be scythed, not up for the kill though. Glimmer King comes out. Chain Frost bouncing around Carter. Bounces will stop Carter. He's going to melt away. Diffuse a lot of attacks from Monkey King, especially doing him in. He is staying dead for 80 seconds. This could be the beginning of the end now for Team Tuho. Omni Slash coming out from Mickey. Perhaps a last stand of swords. A double kill though for Cancel. And now Mickey not nearly enough damage. He may end up falling. No, he's going to spin away and survive, but that's a top Rax. And that, again, could be the game right here. They protect the top lane. Nature's Prophet had to TP back. He was trying to split push, but he couldn't do it effectively enough. This is going to be Mega Creeps, most likely, coming out for the Radiant team, and on their way to a 2-0 victory, looks like.
Yeah, and this is all they need to do. They just need to press his advantage. You know, Cook comes back. Cook is dead, so this is definitely going to be GG. I don't think there's no miracles that that can be pulled off here to save 2-0's session, I guess you'd call it.
Miracle plays for Liquid, unfortunately. So he's not in this game. Miracle, though, I think he's teamless. Or did Miracle join a team? Guy from Southeast Asia. I think he actually might have got picked up by now. Miracle, let's see. Meanwhile, fights are still going on. Warriors Gaming Unity, that's right. He joined the new WG Unity.
Oh, nice.
I saw that ending
That is
from
right.
miles away.
Yeah, no, good show. I agree, Mike Max. This is a very good showing, actually, by mid or feet especially. Like I said, it's a team that... Oh, that reflection. It's a team that, on paper, sounds very strong, but again, you do have question marks, right? One being the age of the team. It's overall a pretty young team. The lack of the proven leadership is no doubt an issue for concern. And I'm not sitting here saying, you know, beating 2-0 is like, oh my God, they've made it by any means, but just from the eye test, they did look fairly impressive. They actually were playing very coordinated at points, and especially more so the first game than anything. That was a very well-played game by them. into the second game here for the victory. So yeah, I am impressed by their opening performance, you would say, with this event.
Yeah. They look like a team that's been together a lot longer than they actually have. Seeing as TI was only coming up to a month ago now. Very practiced and really disciplined as well. I think that's something that a lot of players, you either have it or you don't. They seem to know when to back off and when to push the luck. So I am really looking forward to seeing this team further on in the future.
Yeah, no, as am I. And but both of these teams, frankly, of course, Team 2 I'll always be a fan of. Unfortunately for them, though, the road will end here for the Star Ladder Open qualifiers. I guess there's still a chance they could be invited to the regional qualifiers. I was talking about that a little bit with my stream yesterday. They actually haven't announced the teams for the European, and we can only come up with like 5 teams that would probably be invited. So maybe they're waiting for the Open qualifiers to finish, and then they'll invite the others. But so perhaps that's the one way they could still sneak in. But as of right now, they are knocked out of